How's it going, everybody? We're getting closer to the spring, and here in Michigan, we're getting excited. This week's warm but rainy, so no one's playing golf. But I want to get you guys started off to the right foot. All winter long, we've been hearing about all these different ways to improve our game. Swing training aids, fitness, TPI, and force plates. Another big thing that I heard a lot about at the PGA Merchandise Show. I'm for all of these things. I love it. I love technology in the sport. My job is to sort of see and kind of examine if this stuff is really new. Is it bringing any new ideas, or are we examining the same ideas with new technology? Not saying that's good or bad, but we just want to sort of see where we are and if this stuff is useful. Today we're going to focus on the force plates and kind of how I compare that to how I've been teaching prior to the whole force plates in regards to weight shift and everything else. We all know with the force plates, it's weighing how that weight shifts. As the club gets back, we know that weight is back here. For those better players, before they start down, that transition has already happened to that other foot. And we know that that's going to be where the weight is, and then that's going to stop. And then if you add the 3D imaging and some of this other stuff, we know the hips are going to work and then stop. And then the lever is going to continue on and be the last thing to stop. Right? We also could pay attention to center of gravity with a lot of the force plate stuff. Right? If we're sliding our weight that way, we might show a different center of gravity. And they're examining all the ways that the tour players move through the golf ball and making some conclusions as to what is what. And they're using this new technology to examine that. I like it. But once again, we're looking at data, we're looking at the best players, but we're not necessarily looking at what they feel or what they're doing to make that magic happen that now we're studying and reading. I equate that to, in the 90s, us looking at videos and making all these conclusions from even where the arm fits, right? These 2D images, is it getting in front of the person? To, once again, what the player's thinking. In an image, it might look like they're really whipping their lower body and the hands are delayed as they work through. But if you read the books of all the best players in the world, their first thought from up here was really just getting their hands back to the ball in that 1 second golf swing. They weren't thinking about doing a lot of that stuff. It was literally up, down, as Paul Azinger will explain it as, or the guys that talk about, pulling the handle, yanking the chain, arrow out of the quiver. They were thinking of what that lever was doing, and that has a lot to do with how I teach. But for the purposes of what we're talking about today, we're going to stay focused on the force plates. And if I grab a golf club here, and as always, I got my 2 cameras, so we'll focus on this one here for a minute. But, the whole idea of the force plates, as I'm starting this club, my weight's going to go boom. It's going to be back quite early. Now, as that weight goes back, club gets up to the top and we're in a nice loaded position. Once again, from here, we'll see that weight shift, and then the kinetic chain starts down just like it does in every other sport. Just like if I was throwing a ball. What starts that? The weight shift, and then everything else kind of flows with the lever system still in charge of that. Okay? So one way that you've heard me talk about this, I'm going to put that club down, is with my zombie walk. Okay? So hopefully you guys can see me. I'll step somewhere where the light isn't hopefully reflecting on my face here. Yeah, we got the other light now too, so this might be a little bit better. So if I'm here and I'm just standing with my arms straight for my zombie walk drill, I start a lot of golfers out with this and teaching them what a golf swing is, and I think it's very related to the force plate conversation, okay? So I'll have them stand like this, and we know how does a zombie walk? Not these futuristic zombies from like 28 Days Later and World War Z. They're moving a lot faster nowadays. But in my day, the mummy or the zombie walks slow. And in that slow motion, what's going on with my feet and my force plates? My weight shift. I'm shifting my weight. Just like when I'm walking, right? It's the same idea there, okay? So arms out in front of you, feet about shoulder width apart. I'll have you lift one foot, then the other. 1, 2, in a slow motion. Because all I'm trying to do is teach your body about that weight shift. Okay, where's my weight now? Where's my weight now? Then I'll add your arms to it and have you swing them side to side, along with the chest line. And then I'll say drop them low. 1, 2, 1, 2. Put your hands together like you're holding a golf club. 1, 2. What am I doing with my pressure? Just like a pitcher on the mound who would go from back to forward, or the quarterback that gets that connect chain going, it's the same action, okay? So after I have you do that a couple of times, I'll grab 3, 4, 5 golf balls and put them in a line. So we'll just put those there like that. We'll just do 3 here. Move these back so we can see it in both cameras, okay? And what I'll tell people is to focus only on the 1-2 timing in lifting the feet, okay? So not starting on the first ball, but I'll start in front of it. And I'll say, get the rhythm going. 1, 2, 1, 2. I could do this for full swing, but I always start off with half. And this really works for those that have crazy aggression or poor timing as well. But for now, we're doing it more for force plates, okay? So now, once you get a good rhythm, I'll say go forward and don't stop until you hit every ball. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.